Hello, everybody. Welcome back to part two and to another episode. This is kind of the part two assembly of second bar stool. These are the FLYCZ or something like that. Should say right on the screen here. I can barely read it. Anyway, Amazon bar stool. So I have kind of a goofy camera angle here because I'm trying to show the work I'm doing, and I just can't really get the angle. So I've got a tripod set practically on my ceiling, so it will record the actual assembly. I did a video yesterday. It was not a very good video, but it was very frustrating. So it was very real, and that's what I try to provide here. So just real content, real opinions, real whatever. So there's uh, there's three round parts here, and there's a back, a cushion, legs, and it all goes together. The only good thing I can say about these stools is they're basically, as far as functionality, they're what I want. I finished the other one last night. I sat in it, had breakfast this morning. I actually sat there and worked on my computer about most of the day too. Um, got a fully charged battery on my cordless here, DeWalt cordless. And I've got some extra parts from yesterday's project sitting here. So now I know what to do. The directions are terrible on this thing. They really don't. Um, so they show you a picture of the completed thing, the various parts, kind of in the order they go in, which they're numbered. Each part has a little sticker with a number, and then all the screws. But they don't really tell you which screw goes into which. They don't really tell you which screw goes into which part to hold on where and all that. So it was in the video that's on the Amazon ad that they have is the guy is half the time while he's working back here behind a part of the chair, or his other hand is, or his wrist is covering what he's doing, so you can't tell, you know, you can't tell if he's using, you know, this screw or this screw. He goes and takes the screw, he goes and puts it in, and he screws it in, and then they go, he shows like one or two of them, and then boom, they go on to the next step. They don't show the whole thing. And then the parts that he has that are on the floor are kind of like they're like right here. So you barely see the parts laying there, and then they're covered by the camera or the camera angle. So anyway, it's $150 for the set of two chairs. That's why I bought them. I looked at IKEA, I looked at Ashley, Wayfair, went to the Wayfair store, looked at all these places, and all the oh, all the bar stools that I found were really expensive, and uh, just the ones at IKEA were 100. I want to say they were 115 each, and the cushion on them was like it was like fabric covering plywood, and this cushion here, it's a nice thick cushion. The the look of these stools is what I was looking for. They're kind of rubbery. They're not even like fake leather. They're more like just rubber painted to look like fake leather. So they're okay. I'll do a final review video on them. The one I built is right here. Oops, so you can kind of see. The height is great. I'll do a proper review, just showing my bar, my island bar in my kitchen. But they're actually fine. The stool themselves, and when you're sitting on it, it's fine. Um, the only thing I would say is this backrest. It's kind of, it's solid. Like these, I went through and I checked every screw again and everything, make sure everything was fastened really tight, and so they do go together tight. When you're sitting on it, this back piece here, so I can demonstrate, but this back piece, if you're sitting in it, you're kind of like lean back 30 degrees. So that part's not as comfortable, but and they're metal, you know, they're metal chairs. The wood might be a little warmer, maybe a little more comfortable or something. I don't know. I have a friend who has some bar chairs like these, and they have arms. I didn't think about that, but um, theirs are pretty comfy. But they also put on their arms. Can't remember how they did that. They put some. They like taped on some, you know, some foam or something, because somewhere I think the arm comes back like this. It has like a little decorative thing, and they bang into the granite on their counter. So I was just at their house the other day, and so that's not so great either. I'm going to put. I have some little round cushion tab things here. I've got like a superset from Costco or something, and these protect your floors. These little things. So I'm going to take a couple of these, and well, I'm going to take 4 for each chair. I'm going to put them on the bottom of the chairs. So the chair itself was. I thought it was going to be wobbly, but actually, when I sat in it today, it might have just had the ever so slight, teensiest little bit of imbalance, but really they're pretty good. So we're going to get to work here and build this one. I'm going to get a little water for myself here. I should have done that before I started, and then, but I'm doing this live because when I unpackage and put things together, I want um, I want it to be real as far as how easy or difficult the video is, or the video of the item being assembled or unboxed, and also just to document if there's damage. But I seem to have a bad track record of ending up with like damaged goods, and so I don't want to. I want to have proof that, you know, I opened this package and it was damaged. And sadly, through my own fault, I bought these in early July. I think they were delivered July 7th, and I'm just now getting around to assembling them. So apologize for the view of me sitting on the couch, but there's extra pieces of everything. So there's the last piece in the packaging of the last one was one of the bottom feet. So I'm going to set that over there, and I'm going to get the packaging. And that was on the last package. I assume they're all that way. But so the other problem is I don't 100% remember which screw goes where, but I think it'll go much faster. Yesterday was very frustrating trying to figure that out. But that's kind of where we're at on that. So now I kind of have a pretty good idea of how all this goes together. So I've got directions. And what we did yesterday, I think, was we started really from the bottom. And I have the video from the Amazon website or the Amazon ad. So, but they started really from the bottom and then worked their way up. So the bottom piece, the last hoop-de-doo thing here from the bottom is the last thing we're going to do is the back. So we're going to get it out of the way so I don't want to damage it. So this round piece here is the bottom ring. And just out of view, I have the completed stool. So then we have 4 of these legs. So we'll get those out, and I'll take a quick look at them. So the legs, so one end of the leg is like a T. The other end of the leg is just a piece. And that little threaded portion in there on the very tip of that is that's where the feet go in. So I could probably put those in right now, actually, while we're at it, just to get rid of parts and to check each piece. I gave them a good gander while they were packaged, but I should take a look at them while they're out of the package, just to make sure. Because one couple things I saw on the Amazon listing was that some of these things were reported damaged and scraped, or there was some damage to the black metal parts. And then the other complaint was that um, the uh, it's a frequently returned item. So yeah, so the shape on these T pieces, these little cross pieces, is kind of weird. This one here, for example, the foot just doesn't. I guess they all have a slight little tiny slant to them. Huh, I didn't notice that before, but I guess it's because the legs are coming out at a slight angle. So interesting. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't notice that yesterday, but this piece right here, that's the leg where it connects to the foot, but it's got a slight, I don't know if you can see, but it's at an angle right here going downward this way. So learn something new every day. So let's go ahead and put the feet on. That would probably be a pretty good idea. Oh, we lost one foot. I lost something last night. Okay, there's 4. 1, 2, 3. Huh. So there's apparently only 4 in there, which is yesterday there was 5 of everything. So it's kind of nice that or one more, because there was 12 of something, so there's like 13 or 14. They put extras in, and I appreciate that. So, if you can see, I'm just screwing in the feet. And I just imagine you could adjust those a little bit if you did have a wobble. But I feel like once I had that fully assembled, there was no wobble, and then I'll add those little cushion tabs on there, and those will kind of absorb any wobble, I think, if there were any. If anything, I would say there was just ever so teensiest of a imbalance. It wasn't even a wobble, just a tiny little bit. But my hope is that this will go like really fast, like really, really fast. I got other stuff to do. I had a big project I was working on today, and I thought I had a big deadline tomorrow, but actually it's about a month out. So I'm pretty happy about that. I got pretty much everything I needed to get done, and so now I just have to. I have some stuff I got to get done, but it's just the big pressure is off my back for a month. So I'm in good shape now, Matt. So okay, so we got. What did we decide on those? Oh yeah. So I'm trying to remember which ones. So the little tiny ones. So there's 4 sizes. There's 12 of the little tiny ones, and I kind of forget where those went. Oh, they went in the parts. They went in these parts, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they went through where these parts connect up to these other parts. They went in there, and then they connected something else. So we don't need those yet. What we need to connect these. So I kind of think it's the next one. So there's little ones. There's the tiny ones, the small ones, the mediums, and the large. The large connected several of these other parts go together, and then the large connected through all that into the base. As I recall, the mediums, I think the mediums went through the, I think the mediums went through the, connecting the, the back to the part that the stool is assembled on. So we have here, there's a piece here that, this piece here has the holes for the backing goes in through there with a medium screw plus a washer and a nut. Okay. And it goes this way because the cushion goes on to the part here that's flat between here and here. So this is all flat. The underneath part is concave. It's got, it's recessed here. So it's about a finger, almost a finger width. And that is where this thing and this thing all go together. So, okay. So we will get there. And then the, this thing is where these guys go in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 spots where those go together. And then there's there's 4 more that go connecting. I think they connect. So those go in from here. This is the bottom. This is the top. That plate goes in here with these 4 shorties, the little tiny ones. So, okay. So that goes like that. And then these go in with the large. So no, those are the long ones go in there. And the mediums go to connect the back. So the shorts go in these. That's what I think. And then we'll look at these different screws. I'm trying to figure out if they have like a different size. Okay. So the shorts connect all those plus the under part where those go to the next part. And then that's the 12. And then the 4 smalls connect through here to these. Is what I think. Final answer, I'm going with that. And if I'm wrong, I'll just have to back them out of there. That's not the case. Okay, so once again, they gave me 5 pieces. So I'm putting the leftovers over in that corner, and then we got this bad boy here. Hopefully, he ran out of juice yesterday. That's where I just about lost it. Okay, so yeah, we'll take. I don't know that there's a bottom or a top to this thing. But we'll just put these in here. And we got to figure out where this thing goes. So he did them upside down like this. So that's what we'll do. The other thing is, So it's okay. Next, we'll leave these just a tiny bit loose. We got this guy here, another one of those. So these are the what I call the small. There's the short. There's a whole bunch of those for the tops of these, plus the next part up. The smalls, which are these. Then there's medium and large. Okay. So put this guy lined up there. Main thing, as long as it goes in straight, that's about all I care about. Okay, like this. Somehow I had these backwards yesterday, and I had to spin them around, which is fine. If I have to do that again, I will do it again. Okay, so here's one more. So already this is going much better. I was smart yesterday. I was getting mad at this thing. I should have taken notes. That would have helped today. But I didn't. Okay. Now we need to know. Let's see, these are going to go this way. So, okay, those are all jutting out. Okay, and then the next piece here was this guy. Yeah, this guy here. Look at that. So I think that was, yeah, these pieces here. Okay, so I know I got the little guys going here. And the only other question was, did I want to put this together now? I don't know. So these will go on here. Okay. And you have to kind of force them in too, because they don't want to cooperate. But that's how it is. I'm gonna open this guy like this. Pop those out. There we got a whole bunch of those. These are the shorties. Little tiny guys are gonna hold. There's 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there'll be 4 more on the. This is the bottom. That's going up. So on the upside of that piece, which is currently down, those will go together. So go ahead and start putting these guys in there. The biggest thing is, oh, you know what I found yesterday? I forgot about that. I don't think it was this piece here. I found if you just get them started, because it's brand new, so these holes in here, I don't know whether they were punched or drilled. I would say they were punched. That's what it appears. So they've never received anything before, and so it's a tight fit. And I was having a hard time getting these to go in and to go in straight. So I went around and I took the extra step by screwing these in a little bit and then unscrewing them. And then everything went much smoother, much better. So what they really should do when they drill, well, they don't drill them. I think they punch them, but what they ought to do with these is if they drilled them with a bit that then had some threading on it, and they kind of pre-threaded this thing, that would make my job easier, but they're trying to sell these things as cheap as they can, which, I mean, for all intents and purposes, other than just some like
kind of cheap little simple bar stool you'd get at a Walmart. These for a pub style bar stool, I think they call these. This is like this is pretty good. So just trying to get these things in there. Come on. Come on. Hey, let's keep trying here. This was the first one I was trying to do. I don't know if I'm in the way here, but this one here was the first one I was trying to do a minute ago, and it's just like doesn't really want to get in there, so it's tight. So that's okay. Just kind of just screw them in and out. This little DeWalt thing here. You just twist it. There's the button on here. There's a light on there, and then you just when you want to twist it right and then left. Does all the work for you. Okay, now I think these are going to work much better. Okay, these guys, we'll get to those. All right. Now the only other part of this part here is that you have to kind of bend these things around. So I have to do the one closer to me for now. Okay. Come on. There we go. That's the problem one, I think. That's what I recall. It's just a little bit different one. Getting everything. Once I get the first one in, it should be easier. I just can't hold on to these things. Okay, so like, come on. Like, go like this here. Okay, all we really want to do is get these in there, then just get them going. Then we can come back around for the come back around. My battery's already showing mid-life. That's not good. Maybe it's starting to lose its ability to hold a charge or something. So I'm probably blocking the view a little bit. It's hard to video doing something and No, they're getting tighter, which is good. Also harder to get them in there, but and impossible to demonstrate to the audience what is. But the fact these are kind of the pressure is pushing these outward, which of course we don't want. But oh crap! They're also magnetic, so I'm trying to get my drill bit on there. It's really yeah, like an Allen wrench. Shoot. Okay, let's try this one. Maybe this one will work. There we go. I can tell I'm getting it in there with my finger, which now it won't pop off with the magnet. So there we go. Much better. Okay, let's see if we can get one of these in. Hopefully. Come on. I'll try to do it from the side here. I don't know if that'll work or not. But okay. Well, it's not in there very well. It's not good, actually. Let's just get it out of there. Okay. There we go. We'll try it again. Okay. Hold this with my feet. I can't get that thing in. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. Let's see if we... Okay. It wouldn't hurt to have two people doing this, but I'm one person doing it. So this sounds shoot. Ah, no, it is starting in there. I just can't get it. Get this one here. I'll get this one lined up. That one's lined up nicely, so we'll just go and get her in there. Okay. Now this one over here. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Not really. Can't get it in there. Come on. Okay. The left side seems to be matching up just better, but I can just get it started, and it will kind of hold the thing in place. There. Dang it. Okay. Let's try this here. I might have to try to get my foot in there. Not wearing the right shoes for this, but I think that's what I did last night. Is I finally just got hang up my foot down on there, just about like that. Now I can see I'm lined up nicely. The magnet is just all right. There we go. I think we got in there that time. Now that will hold the rest of this down, I think, pretty well. It's still lifting up a little bit, but I think once I get this one threaded, it will. This thing will go down in there. I hope. There. You'd never, in a million years, you'd never be able to do this with an Allen wrench. So. Okay. How's my battery doing? I had not charged this for a long time when I did it yesterday, so hopefully. Well, that one was really loose. Yet I thought it was pretty good. Okay. Let's come around. We'll just triple check everything here and make sure it's all. Okay. There we go. Okay. Wow, that one was loose too. Oh. This one is loose. I can see it from here. Come on now. This one looks loose now. I think as we tighten each one, the others. There's like a little bit of. There's definitely a little pressure on these. So, but once you get them in, then they're tight. But they're. So close. We are so close right now. So I think any of the others that were not completely tight, they kind of start really revealing how loose they were because the pressure on here is kind of forcing them to let loose. Okay. Now I think those are good. Now what we can do is we can double check these guys, because they were possibly not totally tight. Now the pressure on everything will reveal the looseness of anything, which this one could be a little loose. Everything else seemed pretty good. Okay. Well, there we go. So we're good. I think we did this one already. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got that done. So now you have the base of a step stool. I guess if you really wanted to just mail it in, you could mount that on there. But we're not doing that. We are going to the next step. And then that is going to entail what? So we got this piece here, the piece the stool goes on. I mean the pad. This piece here and the other, this piece. They connect together. There's a kind of a notchy piece on the bottom there. That right there is kind of notchy. So that's going to go up, that's going to go down. So this part, so then you want to turn it a quarter turn here. So now we're going to use those other 4 little screws to screw in there. And what I don't remember is the order in which I did this yesterday, but that and that are going to be together. So we could do, so we have 12, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that what we had there? So we should have 4 more of these. And then we had I remember now. This one here, this is the top part. So we're going to drill, we're going to put those through those are going to be the mediums, I think. Medium or the longs? The longs. The long ones go through this way, through here, through here, and all the way into these threaded holes on the 1, 2, 3, 4 on there. So the trick is we can't, once all that is on, we can't go through that way. So we need to go through this way, and then we'll flip all this over and we'll go through there. So we've got these pieces. We just get them lined up. So there's slots, like these slots, but there's these slots here. So they're that, instead of a hole, they're that slot. So we're going to want to mount this piece to this piece, which we could have done before, but again, there's no directions. So we'll just, and we want them, as I recall, they did fit right in the middle. So we get those going in the middle. So we'll just get one going here. In fact, I'm going to just finger them down to the, finger tight them down to the, where I think they go. And if, yeah, you can still slide on the teeth. So perfect. So we'll just do it that way. And then we'll come in with the big drill and tighten them up. So the little drill. So, all right, let's go. There we go. All right. All right, so there we go there. Okay. Okay, so these are, I'm just going to verify these are like all basically in the middle where we want them. That all looks pretty good. These ones are, if it just slide a smidge that way. Okay, I think they're all good. So we're just going to tighten these guys down. Okay, that was easy. Okay. This you could probably get away with an Allen wrench. But, wow. Okay, so we're cooking along here pretty good. Oh, that one was really just okay. Well, let's check them all again. That one. Come on. I don't think you need magnetic fasteners on here, but okay. Okay, so that's on there. We have one extra screw. Now the next part is we've got to bring, and once again the pad goes to the smooth part up here, the whole complete part, whereas there's this in recessed portion down here. So that points down, and we are pointing right now. Down is up. So we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna line up this piece. Has to go down. We're gonna line up this piece to the threaded holes on the bottom of the cushion, which we're now there. We're all lined up now. Okay, and then we need the long screws for this job. Okay. We got 5 of those. All right. Then, so we got this piece here lined up through these holes into the threaded holes of the stool. Now we have to line up those long, these long slots here. We have to line those up in the center, preferably. And then we get those long ones threaded through there. So again, kind of silly, but that's how it is. And I also set up a light over here so it would show up better on camera, which is blinding me. But I think that's going in. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to try to just, with my fingers, I'm going to try to just thread these guys in there where I think they belong. It's also, there's not a lot of room to work because the square piece here is kind of getting in the way. So I'm going to have to twist this a little bit, and then it's not going to show up on camera, unfortunately. So, oh, that one's going in. Nice. We like it. Of course, we want it all centered pretty well. I think it's the other goal. All right. Get another one in there. It goes much better if I can line it up like that. Hopefully everything's still lined up. Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, that went pretty well so far. That one's screwing in, seems like, quite nicely. These ones. All right, so now I just want to make sure I'm centered on all those slots. They seem good, so we'll go like this. Okay. Go to the next one. Looks pretty good. Okay. Hopefully these ones are good. It didn't feel right. Something ain't right there. Well, honestly, I don't know. It kind of seemed like it went in, but we'll see here. There we go. That one went in. I'm gonna just back this one out a little bit, and then we'll. Well, those all seem like they went in. So, boy, this. Once you've done one, this goes a lot easier. Yeah, there we go. Go there. Go like that there. That. Okay. Wow, that's amazing. Truly amazing. Okay, so I think we're. They're not light either. They're pretty heavy. Just leave it at that. Okay, so now that's rotating. It all looks square. Looks like the stool is on there properly. There's not one side hanging way over. And then back here, hopefully you can see this. Back here, there's 2 holes here and 2 holes here. That's where the back goes in. And oh wow, I forgot what a pain that was. So the reason that's a pain is because one, it's wobbly and everything, but you have to get a long screw through here into the back, and then you have to get a washer on there, and then you have to get a nut on there, and then you have to get the little mini wrench. And I don't think I have. I might have pliers. I don't think I do. But I have pliers somewhere. I just don't know if I have them right here handy. No, I really don't. Shoot. They're missing. Somewhere I do have pliers, but I'm not going to dig them out. So darn it. Yeah, so let's just make sure I don't have some right here. I don't think I do. Huh. Darn it all. Well, anyway, so somewhere I do have them, but dang. So, in light of that, we will move forward. So what we have to do is we have to get the little mini wrench here. That's the little mini. I'll just set it here so you can see it. Anyway, so what we have to do is get the long screws. No, these are the medium screws. We just did the long screws there. Okay, that's right. Okay, so go in here with these long medium screws. Okay, we'll throw the extra one over there. We'll put the others here. And then, well, what we have to, something's underneath here too, because I launched something under the sofa yesterday. So I'm going to cut out the washers and the, oh no, well, I'm just dropping everything. Okay. They're little, but there's 5 of them. We'll put them next to the mini wrench. What do I call it? I call it a screwdriver. I don't know. Shoot, I'm gonna get these guys out. So yeah, it's an adventure. Ah, okay. Okay. Come on. Get these guys out of there. Come on. Okay. Then cleanup's going to take about 4 hours. They're kind of like taped in there. Okay, we're going to go in with emergency surgery. We're going in with the skizzers. There we go. All right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will compliment them for giving so many extra pieces. The leftovers are an Allen wrench, a wrench, and a foot. So we have 2 extra, at least 2 extra of everything, and more than 2 extra of a few things. So we're gonna slide these medium screws through. There's a concave washer, which is that's a new one on me. So we're gonna go through the hole, through the washer. We're gonna get this nut in there, and then we're gonna hold it with the mini wrench. And then we're gonna give it the DeWalt treatment. Now, the reality is, I think what I did yesterday is I kind of got one of these on. I might even got one on wrong. Like I just got it on there. I think I dropped the washer. And I was like, I'm going for it. I screwed it with the thing, and then now the way I think I really did it yesterday was I put the I think I laid it down here, and because it's just me. The way they showed on the video is somebody comes and holds it from over there. But anyway, so this piece here, it's just too hard to do it with gravity. So we're going to use gravity as our friend. So we're going to drop this thing down this way. We're going to get this guy started in there. We'll get one going on each side. I think what I did was the outer ones, and then it's just hard. It is hard, but and then my glasses are about half slipping off. That's not very. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, we're getting it there. Okay, so now I have to hold. I just hold that like that. Okay. Yeah, we got the. Here we go. Okay. I can just get. There we go. And then I have to just like, if I can just finger thread the nut on there just a little bit. I might have just done it by luck. Okay, so we have that started. Now I think what I did was, yeesh. Okay, so this one here, we're gonna try to get the other piece lined up there like so. I feel like something's not right, but we're gonna see. Yep, those pieces there. Okay. Thought I there, we got it started. Okay. Next part is we want to get the washer in there, and there's like a little slot where that's got to go. So, no, I dropped that one. Okay, we're just not going to worry about it. Okay, so what I got to do is try to get that thing started in there. The other thing is like trying to reach your fingers down in there and everything is like not very. Okay, let's see if I can. Might have to come around and do it, which is just the way it is. Okay. Hopefully I don't knock everything over here. Okay, so actually, so close. So close. All right. Okay, we're just gonna go for it here. Okay, I think we're pretty good now. If I can just get this started. Which are so close. There. Okay. Something just doesn't seem right. Okay. There, I think I got it on. Got it going. Okay. Wow. Okay, I got that a lot more than I was anticipating. So now if I can, maybe, this should come up now. Oh, and we lost a piece in there. So what I should be able to do, yeah, okay, so those are, okay. So now what I have to do is reach under there with the mini wrench. So this is still hard. Once I get those two in, the next two will go a little bit easier, not much, but a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Let's go. I can do this one laying down better, and then the other one I might do standing up. All right, so let's get this guy here. Kind of something there, right? Okay. There. Okay, I'm gonna do it standing up. I forgot how I did this one last night, but I think I just reached under there with my got the mini. Again. Yeah. Then it will work. Okay, I think we're good. This might be good. Just get my skin out of there because I pinched myself last night. Okay, ready? Okay, that's not gonna work. We'll go this way here. I just gotta get. I have to do it by feel. So close. So close. Okay. I can feel it. I feel the nut. So close. We I got my basically the skin on the tip of my finger, my fingerprint caught in there. So all right. So the other option is I can try to get them all in there, get them all started. Horrible idea. It's just can't see. It's hard to hold two things and be able to see what you're doing at the same time. But I can try it this way. I can get this guy in there. Kind of funny. I can feel what I'm doing better than I just can't quite. Let's see this. Trying to thread something straight when you're just doing it by feels. Okay, going in. All right. I think if we get all 4 of them started, then we're much better. And then this whole thing rotates, so then it's blocking the it's your hand access in there is blocked by the legs as well. So that's messed up as well. Okay, so like right now, for example. Okay. All right, we're good there. Get this guy going in there, and then the screws, even though they're loose, they will hold. Everything will hold itself kind of in place, I guess. So there we go. Get another one of these in there. Okay. Hopefully, get one more nut in there. I just got so lucky. It just went on, and they twist in as far as they'll go. Amazing. No, these won't. Okay, so we got everything. Now everything's loose. The question is, if I can get the mini wrench in there in some way. It's just awkward. But yeah, if I can just get the wrench on there, which I think I actually just did. Get everything ready. Gotta get the little mini wrench on the little nut. There we go. Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay. Wow, just feels like it's like last night. I just could just. This is where the pliers would be. Okay. Oh, crud. I think closer though. I think. There. I could feel it. Caught on there that time. Okay, let's try to do this one over here. Maybe. Okay. Okay, come on now. So great. Come on. So close. Ooh, might have got it pretty close there. Anyway. Yeah, it's pretty close. Then what I can do, maybe once I get these, so without the thing flopping around, once I get them pretty good, then I think I can turn it sideways and kind of get in there. Oh, there we go. Oh, we had it. That was it. That was it, and I let go. Yeah, that one went in.
Amazing.
Oh, we got one more to tighten, and then we can. Boy, what a pain! But I will say, after this was done last night, it was very sturdy. So I must have it too. Ah, come on now, so close. So close. All right. Well, it is pretty much done. I just want to double check everything and make sure. Yeah, just want to double check, make sure everything's good. Okay, and then if I can see in there, that would be slightly helpful as well. Okay, probably do it that way. Yeah, this is now I can see what I'm doing. So this guy around. I like that, I think. How about them apples? Oh yeah. Go right here. There we go. Ooh. That one turned a bit. That's good. And those guys here, they're all good. Okay. All right. Now we have. They have. Boy, this thing is already. It's like kind of the rubber fake leather. It looks like it's already peeling out of one piece there. All right. So let's just rotate this thing this way, like that. Okay, there. Now I can see. All right. Okay, so we'll get this down there like that. I think I'm in there good. Wow. Yeah, they were pretty good, but they're much better now. Okay, one last turn. Okay. That's a new stool. Good to go. Under here, this thing is just kind of looked like it was trying to pull out. Anyway, it's just kind of this right. You can see there's just a tiny piece. I might just take like a credit card or something, see if I can push in there. I have a VIP card from a casino. I don't know what to do with it, so we'll use it for that. So, see if I can make it better or worse. Yeah. I think it's better. Okay. So I can't really return them at this point, so just gotta go with what we can here. If worst case scenario, I'll sell them gently used. All right, so now this spins. It seems to do. Huh, there's like a. Can't tell if there's. What's going on there? It's like there's a little piece of this paint is flecked off. I don't think I damaged it anyway, but that's kind of how they are. Okay. So Shall we do the final test and see if it sits flat on the floor? It might be out of camera shot here a little bit. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, so that's not wobbly at all. It's actually, if I sit on it, it spins around. Maybe. Okay, so in conclusion, this thing, shall I see if I forget how to tilt the camera here. Well, barely, barely works. In conclusion, I think they're not awesome, but they're pretty good. They're very difficult to assemble. They this one went, I mean, this one took an hour, and I knew what I was doing. So what's the time on the clock here? Yeah, we're 1:15, but I babbled a little bit about the first one at the beginning. So this knowing what I was doing, this one took an hour. So that's not awesome, but they're solid. I mean, they're metal. I think they're metal. Yeah, but they're I don't like the way they kind of lean back, but um I mean they don't move. They're just the backs are kind of mounted at like a 30-degree angle, 25 maybe 20. Anyway, but they're okay, and that it's like looks wise, they're what I was looking for, and in terms of the price, it was the best price for the I guess the best price for the best item at that price, but um, I should have assembled them right when I got them and stuff, which I tend to order things on Amazon and then not not open the package right away. I'm always looking forward to it, and then I just get busy with other things. So I have 3 frames that I bought for some old posters that I had when I was a kid. They're sitting right in front of me, and I've got another. Those were from Amazon, and then the 4th frame I bought at Walmart for a poster that I got from a company. So which is actually sitting right over there. But maybe tomorrow I tackle those, and because I want to get them on my walls. So I want my walls finished. I've got since I moved, I've got pack. I've got a number of different framed. I got 2 framed objects, and then number. I bought a pack of frames from Costco. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7 pack of black frames. They have white borders, or you can not have the borders. So I'm going to put some photos in those, and then um, I forget if they're 5x7s and 4x6s, and then there's a 1 8x10. So those are I'm gonna just pick out some like childhood photos or something like pictures with my parents and stuff like that. Put over here, and then I've got a few more frames that I need to put some pictures in. I've got several like collage frames I need to finish, put some pictures in those, and then I've got some um, what else? So I'd like to try to get at least get the ones that I know what are the ones where I know what pictures are going in the frames. I want to get those done. I got all my other like pictures on all my walls and stuff, paintings and pictures and prints and stuff that are pretty much all done now. So I just want to put up the rest and be done, and then just enjoy living in my home. So I'll work on that tomorrow. We'll do some framing. I've never really I haven't really done poster framing, so I've got 4 posters to frame. One should fit in real easy. The other 3, I'm gonna have to trim them a tiny bit, and I think that'll go pretty easy because I'll just figure out how they fit in there, and I'll just make it happen. And I'll probably use these stools, and I'll do it on the island, and I'll try to video that for you as well. So
Thanks for tuning into this episode of part 2. Another exciting hour and 20-minute long video, but we got this done. I'll do a review on these stools after I use them for a few days, maybe this weekend or something. But I had breakfast on the other one this morning, and I also did all my computer work sitting on it. So it's so awkward. But yeah, so catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. If you tuned in, I hope this helps somebody because it was a pain in the butt